Hey, this is Pat Clark from Meridios, and this is our third episode of Meridios U, and we have got the infamous, I'm not sure if it's infamous or not, the New York City lifestyle, Jen Monahan. I've said that right? Yeah, I don't want to mess that up.
That
Yeah?
is correct, Pat. You got
Okay,
it.
good. She is a partner from Health One Technologies, and they've been there for about 10 years. And gosh, I've known Jen through the Chug and even through some business that we've done together. So it's really exciting to have her on the Meridios used stuff today. And with that, we'll jump right into the questions. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay,
Thanks, Pat.
awesome. Okay, so the first question I wanted to ask you, just based on the fact that you have so much experience with so many different clients, is what kind of technology do you see providers that they should be investing in today that maybe they're missing out on? They're just not seeing it in the market, or they're not paying attention to it, but they really should be, sort of dropping some investing dollars into that type of technology.
So I think there's been a couple of situations recently. I think real life situations that I'm gonna address for that. So technology wise, our business, we do a little bit of everything within organizations, and one of the things that we are seeing within groups is surprisingly their templates within centricity. So I know it's not necessarily a technology, but what it's doing is it's impacting various components, such as the quality reporting that we're doing out of the system, PQRS reporting, meaningful use that we need to do. And what I'm finding is that people haven't spent any dollars on researching what they use on a regular basis.
Mm.
So, the centricity templates, as they are out of the box, work to get through an implementation, and they provide the minimal things that are available to them. But within groups, we're finding efficiencies to be gained by spending a little bit of dollars into whether it be your resources internally to learn how to build forms in the system, learn how to customize the content that you already have available, or to look at purchasing from other groups that are out there. So I know that that's not specifically a technology per se, but it is an area that I have recently, over the past couple of days, been focusing on with a few larger groups because it is a problem within their organization.
Yeah, what do you think as far as from their perspective, what tips them off that this should be an area that they should be looking at? That is there something either internally or externally that they should go, oh hey, I've got a cold because I have the sniffles? Is there anything like that that would kind of give them the idea to go, oh yeah, you know what, I may have a template problem, I may need to get on this?
Well, I think we become in the IT world, we start to become sort of immune to listening to providers say, I have to click, click, click,
Yeah.
click, click. And, all heard that. We've all heard providers say, I feel like a secretary. I'm tired of clicking in the system. The reality is, I think that we have to start listening to that because providers are starting to get burned out on clicking. They're starting to get burned out on what the system is doing for them. And now that the industry is moving more towards quality management and we're focusing on our patients and we're putting this data in the system, more and more is getting put on providers.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to find a way in our industry to make it innovative and creative and working with doctors and really hearing what they're saying. And I think that groups need to administrators need to start listening to that portion of the providers. It's not just a complaint. It is actually a reality that these guys face on a regular basis.
Mm, good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's great. Sort of moving on to the second question in all of this, we talked about what people are missing out on. What do you think and again, I think you're kind of answering it with these workflows. I got the question phrased as, what significant technology are healthcare organizations missing out on that you would say could change their workflows? And I think what you're really saying is these templates really are the key to that.
Yeah, and I think it also then plays into other areas that they're looking at. So when I'm looking at a template, maybe there's something there that I'm automating, that now the providers say, okay, I don't have to do this click anymore. So now maybe I want to really spend some time looking at how I really analyze this data and what I do with it on for my patients, for my practice. How do I get paid more for this? And I think those are the areas that if we can focus on making their life easier on a daily patient to patient basis, then we can really kind of start saying, okay, what other technologies can we introduce now to not only make that easier, but to make the actual quality better at that point?
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Man, you're talking quality. Obviously, you're talking to a guy who's pretty passionate about that on my side. So it's good to hear you say that. And I didn't pay you anything to say it. So I just, in case that's
No, you did not. You did
right.
not. We happen to think alike in that area. I actually am a nerd for quality and for data. I always have been. But from the clinical side of things, it's you can't just look at the data. We got to figure out how we help people get the data in a way that's meaningful to us on the back end, so that we can actually do something with it.
Yeah, absolutely.